Hello, Christopher from Drip Edge Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I'll try to make this as quick as possible, Christopher, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste mine. If at the end of the video, if you want to hear more information, feel free to reach out and we can talk more. If you have any questions, I'd love to help you out. So the first thing that we'll talk about today is content. The second thing we'll talk about is keywords. And the last thing we'll talk about is citations. So the first thing is just the content. So I'm looking at your page, and what Google really recommends is having about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on your page. The reason that they want so much is that Google really loves when websites they feel like are kind of giving back to online. And so basically the more you have on there, they see it as you're giving back and they're going to rank your site higher. So this is your site, and just to look at a few of your competitors. So I'm going to look at Baker Roofing here. And this is your competition, and they also don't have the 1,500 or the 2,000 words. So that's one way by increasing your content, you would be able to beat them in that category. And ideally, you want to beat them in all of the 3 things that we're going to talk about today. And that's how you would actually get ahead of them in the rankings. And Charlotte Roofing Specialist here as well, they also do not have the 1,500 or 2,000. They're not even close. So as far as the content goes, that is one way that they could be beaten by having even more content on your page. One other reason that you want more content is that the more content you have, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put on your page. And so keywords is the second thing we'll talk about. So I put in just a keyword search here, roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. First thing you're going to find with any search online is these ads at the top. Second thing you're going to find is these citations. So we'll talk, or sorry, not citations, but the Google Map section, or the Google My Business as it's commonly known. So we'll come back to keywords in a minute. We'll talk about citations now, the third thing. So for this map section, you're going to see 3 companies show up here. They're going to be the top 3 companies that show up in this little preview window. These are all based on citations, and that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed exactly the same and listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, or Home Advisor. And the more of those you have, and they have to be listed exactly the same, you can't have any differences, then you're going to rank higher in this map section. So after that, then we're going to get to our organic section. This is where the keywords come back, so we'll get back to talking about keywords. And these search results are based on Google's ranking, which we know now has to do with content, citations, and keywords. And these all show up in reference to roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. So the first one that shows up is bakerroofing.com. So they're the top result for roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. And number 2 is Charlotte Roofing. So these are the 2 that we're using as a comparison. You're going to get 10 results per page here showing up. And that will come in here in this next part that we talk about. So I took your website, Drip Edge Roofing, and just put it into a program that I use called Eros. This allows me just to kind of analyze your site and see how it's doing online. First thing I notice, you don't have any headers on your page. If you did, it would show up above the web address here, and we'll see that on some of the comparisons that we put in. But basically what you want to do is you want to be able to beat your competition in your overall website ranking. You want to beat them in your backlinks, and you want to beat them as well, of course, in the traffic and keywords as well. So what this really means here is your backlinks and referring domains is that referring domains are just sites that basically kind of vouch for you. And what that means is when people click on a link on these sites, it's going to refer them back to your site. So right now you have 18 websites that you have links on, and on those 18 sites you have 32 links. So when people click these, it's going to redirect them back to Drip Edge Roofing. And right now you guys do have 94 keywords that you can be found for, and these are what really kind of drive the traffic to your site. And the 94 keywords are bringing right now the 5 visitors to your site. So if we just kind of scroll over here, we'll go to Baker Roofing. You can see here they have some headers on their page. So they have Baker Roofing Company, as well as a few keywords, commercial and residential roofing. You can see they have obviously a lot more backlinks and referring domains. So they have about 1,500 referring domains, and these are basically giving them kind of vouching for them for Google. And Google really likes when you do that. And that sends them about 18,000 links back to their site. As you can see, they have almost 5,000 keywords, and they're getting a little over 9,000 visitors to their site per month. And then if we go over to Charlotte Roofing Specialists, we can again put them in here. You can see they also have some headers on the top of their page with their company name as well as a few keywords. They've got 118 referring domains, sending back about 686 links. So they got about 6 per website there. And 174 keywords, and they're bringing in about 700 visitors to their site per month. So what we can actually do next is we can click your keywords to kind of see what quality they are. And I'm going to do the same thing with some of your competitors here. And then I'll jump back over to yours. So right now we can see Drip Edge Roofing, that's your company name. And 250 people do search you by name. That's really good. That means people know who you are. If they search you by name, then it's going to be probably a lot of your referrals. And we can see that you're getting about a little bit under 4 visitors from this one. And your position is number 7. So for this one, we said there's 10 results that show up per page. So you want to be in the top 10 to be on that first page. So for this one, you're in the top 10. You're a little bit past the middle of the page for your own name. And after that, we have kind of some variations: edge-to-edge roofing, drip edge roofing, 30 more. That one's the same as the first one there. And we can see for edge-to-edge roofing, you're number 16. Unfortunately, we've actually found through studies that 80 to 85% of people who do any Google search will not go to page 2. So 16 is going to put you in the middle of page 2. So unfortunately, that one's not going to really bring you much traffic. And as you can see, it's got obviously less than 1 visitor per month. So it's not really bringing you anything. So what we can kind of deduct here, we'll just scroll down a little bit, is that really all of your visitors are coming from this keyword here, which is just part of your name. So we want to add some other keywords that would bring in new customers, right? So Baker Roofing, if we see their name here, and I believe they have multiple branches, that's why the volume is so huge. And they're in the first position, so that's why they're getting such a large chunk of it. About 1,500. So that's going to be a large chunk, is just their name, which is kind of referral there. And let's see. So Baker, they do have some of these near me ones. Not the best quality. It's definitely better when you have ones like this for keywords, except if they had the location, that would make it even stronger. But you can see their positions are pretty high. They're on the first page for all these. But definitely preferred ones like this. Roofing Fayetteville, North Carolina. This one's got a very specific location with the service. And we can see that there's good volume with it still, and they're ranked number 2. It's bringing about 59 people to their site, just that one, based on the second ranking. And here's another good one, Roofing Company, Charlotte, North Carolina. 1, and also getting about 52 from that one. So if we run over to Charlotte Roofing, they have some really good ones. I would recommend a lot of the ones they're using. They're a little bit stronger. So Roofing Charlotte, North Carolina, and they're number 2 in the area for the rankings right now. But 200 there. They're number 1, so they're getting about 65 from that one. Charlotte Roofing, another 100, number 1 for that one, another 36. And just the more of these, you can just pile them up, and the more visitors you're going to get. So they're number 1 and 2 for a lot of these, and that's really why they're getting so many visitors. So with this information, we could see just from one keyword, you could easily bring in another 50 to 60 visitors to your site, which that would probably come out to maybe even 10 to 15 probably calls that would actually come in for you. And out of those, depending how many of those you'd close, how many jobs that would be for you guys, depending on what your conversion ratios are. So just kind of having all this information now, you essentially there's 3 options, right? You can, if you're not looking for any more customers and you're not looking to grow your business, then, you don't really have to do anything with this information, of course. If you're looking to grow and you have someone who maybe kind of does this for you, then, you could definitely send this video to them, and hopefully it would help them to help you guys out. And if you do really want to grow your business and you don't really have anyone to help, or maybe someone you have to help, but, they're not really kind of doing what you'd hope they do, then, then I would just love to have a conversation with you about that. And we could, if you have any more questions you want answered as well, I would love to help you out. But thank you for your time, Christopher, and have a great day. And I look forward to hearing from you in the future.